Interviewing Mr. Ed Fredrick, F-R-E-D-R-I-C-K, of the village of Withee, formerly from the town of Hickson, 3 miles north, 1 mile west of Withee, on his 96th birthday, March 12, 1983, at the Clark County Healthcare Center. He always has a story, to start with, about his work in Owen.
I worked with Mr. Package, nights, you know, Mr. Package. Yeah, sure. And one night they put us fiber to load a car, a railroad car with drums, you know, drums, those round things. They are different ones inside and outside. And they worked and they had to finish that before we quit because the railroad was going to pick the car up for it to go away, the goods, see. And then they made a big mistake. The fellow what was really the head of it, they made a mistake. I done as much as they did, but it was one man, but was responsible. I worked. And they made a mistake on a big one. And then when they found out that they made a mistake, then they were talking, just keep quiet, and just never know who done it. But that got me again, who done it. That the mistake wasn't me what done it. But I done just as they told us, the mechanic. Nobody knows. I was going to jip the company. And I couldn't stand it. We done work right long yet. And we had just about done punished that they couldn't do anything else. Finally they woke up to the fact that this was wrong. So then 2 of them took off and went and replaced that mistake. It worked 2 hours on that mistake. And they finished in 2 hours, and we all were satisfied. And I kept on talking about that mistake to left loose and to finish that. I didn't want to go and squeal to somebody, helper there, that wouldn't come out very right, and they also have it edited for me. See? So they talked long enough to get there. That was good. Now when this man came out here, this one fellow's here now, I don't know, you know?
Yes.
Yeah. He went with my boys to school. I went to high school. Here, and he was here one time and I got acquainted with him. I told him about his business. Well, there's some work and that time there's some eating work during the workshop and that gets the package. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm, yes.
And I told him I had a share in that factory, real place. I couldn't find out why I had a share in. Well, didn't you find out yet? I thought probably found the books where you found them for the share book. Then I told him that they owed him money and they saved that car. The others told me it probably $100 or $200 expense. And he probably could have lost a good customer and get the end. I didn't come with the stuff in time. But he wouldn't give me no share. That's the way I do my business. And that helps. God is my witness for everything. And if you work, if you get 5 cents a day, but owe you money, but you should be honest about it. There's so much here goes on to waste, but don't have to go to waste.
Oh, that's true. Now, when did you come to the United States?
When I come to the States? Yeah. To the States, I came, moved in here at my farm in 1980. I had the milk business the last 3-4 years. That's where I lost my money. And then I came here. Yeah, then came here. I built already a house before, but for somebody to rent it out, I didn't want to come here. And then when they chased me away, then I came here and started naked.
Where were you born in Poland?
Where in Poland? The state is Gubernia Lipno, Gubernia Platz. And then the Gubernia Warsaw, where the state is. Gubernia is the state. Yeah, it's a big state.
How did you come to the United States?
What?
How did you come to the United States? On a boat? You remember what the boat?
On a boat, yeah, sure. But the last year I was in Germany. In German people, I was a Bursche, that means boy. And the German people, they were lots better living than we in Poland had. These were snitted for the summer months only, on big ranches. There was 8 of them from here, came for 8 months. And the fellow that was ahead of it a little bit with the outside help, he talked me into. I came 8 months, it was 1904, yeah. And I came in November, 9th of November over the line, and there was one of my boys that got married in between time. He married a girl where I was hired out in Poland. And when he was married, and the farmer, father-in-law told him, well, I got my own children to take care of. Well, that was another one. Now, this stranger, he wasn't more, he owned the daughter because he gave it to somebody else. And that fellow was on it from summer till November, then he bought the ship's charter to America. I came in November, and Sunday, 9th November, and Sunday, we talked, I went to church where I went before. We talked from 12 o'clock to 4 o'clock in the morning. My mother was to do that, and I was a widow for long years. And they talked me into make up my mind to go to America with him. And this fellow again, well, I was killed by his father-in-law. And he says, the bist of meer in de wild gewesen. I was on more in the world already, so it was a little easier for him to come along. In other words, I could say, that is my farmer's son. In other words, I meant to say that he wants me to come and show him which way to go to America. Well, that wasn't a way. He helped along. That was train ride. He never rode a train before. So then he came with him and boarded in Chicago, and then Fredrick, one of the Fredricks, Fredrick had a job in in Montwine in New York. It was right by the ocean. That Montwine in New York. I worked the first 20. Yeah, then went with him, and I got a job in that factory. And there was all German workers there. They made columns. Big posts when you see, they're all hollow inside.
You came on a boat. Where did you land when you came?
When we came here? In New York.
In New York?
In New York, yeah.
Where the Statue of Liberty is?
What?
Where the Statue of Liberty is at?
Was what?
Did you land in New York where the Statue of Liberty on that island?
No, that's no island there. That's along the border, yeah. That's like the ocean. It's along the ocean. The ship always stopped right in the city.
Right there.
No, I didn't know for any. And then the depression came afterwards. My brother was in here too. My depression came. I had 2 years time for army. And when they wrote it, when the depression came, I had a fine job in one place, I had a fine job in another place. They liked me and they liked them, lots of Germans. And then I was going to say, then my brother asked me if I could make a little money, I could stay over a year, wouldn't get fined, see, to come to the army. And so I stayed over a year to go to the army back. And that year hasn't come yet. And if I would have been back, Poland had the army. They killed my brother. I had a nephew here, he went back and he married a girl. But they was killed, her husband in Poland already. He married, and they, after the opera finished, so not no bullet. And they killed him right on the road. And his wife, I wanted them to go here for a year. And they had 3 children. And the wife stayed there and they took her. That was opera, there was no ruling there. Everybody was a boss. We had a prison. And there was a boss killing somebody else. And my wife, my, sister-in-law, yeah. And they went, it was in February. They went in a house, in a barn. They put in a shrine in it. It was like a Himmel. But I said, name was warm because the bottom, there's not the bottom there. It's all open. And 2 girls and the woman, what was here, or the year before, that was after the First World War, the second one, whatever it was, yeah. And they killed him, and she went, and she asked, begged if they wouldn't give her something to cover in a barn, because that can be given. And she said, no, We had to go back to the barn. That's the end of it, I guess. That's what the war brought from my relatives. Yeah.
So you were lucky you came here.
Yeah, that's all in God's hands. I never figured to come to America
And stay.
so on.
Yeah.
And the job I like, the job with me these big columns on front and the big these hollow inside. They made them so much as 30 foot long and at 3 foot diameter, one pieces. And to that. And but see, well, when it came to the big columns, it took 16 men to come one at once. But the small ones saw the bit of this, and that one, there was 3 of us to work it right along. And that was the end of the business. And they're supposed to make it in Chicago too, they figured, but I didn't look fine there. And I got the fine job. Ed Pettill got me in the factory. He worked there. Made these old time, you know, the telephone boxes hanging on the wall. And then outside is all out, see, on top, on the bottom is done. I did the carving out, a lot of dust. And the telephone, the sewing machines, well, the sewing machines, the wood, and the wood is carved out, and then the sewing machines can do that. Was fine to carve out. It was a fine job. But full of dust, and they got sick from it. I had the operation, and then after a while I was forced to go on an open air. Well, I couldn't find the open, so I bought a business. And that's when the government got the rest. That's what I went through.
Yeah. Now, when you came to Withee here, what year did you say you came to Withee? 19 what? 18?
19, I came to 1918.
You came to Withee?
Yeah.
What, see, was there a road that went, how far did the road go through Withee?
Oh, there wasn't a through right long.
No, but was it like a logging road or what?
Oh, the most was muddy.
Just
the
mud.
town, yeah, there wasn't much, but no cobstones or anything like that all that time. 1918. I came in a town.
That's when, now there were several hotels in Withee then at that time?
Oh, yeah, I forget them now. Yeah, there was 7 hotels. But I forgot they already. There is one was a tavern for quite long. His wife tended to mostly, she was elderly already, and he was much, they didn't much, but they made a living. Well, I was a poor customer in the tavern.
I'll have to come back sometime that I can talk to you more.
Yeah, next year, yeah.